Good morning. I am at the airport. I'm inside the United at LAX. And I didn't think I was going to make it. Okay, where do I start? Okay, so again, I'm at the airport on a trip that I've been planning for a long time. And I am going to be eating at the same time because I have no time. So I'm going back to Japan. I didn't think traffic was going to be bad, but it was horrendous. It took me 2 hours to get here. 2 hours. My boarding time is 10:40. I parked my car at the parking spot behind In-N-Out at 9:28. So I parked my car at 9:28, and then I got dropped off and was at the TSA pre-check at 10:05. But luckily, there wasn't a line, so I was able to pass through right away. So I passed security at 10:12. So pretty much 7 minutes or so. And now I'm in the club. It is 10:23 right now. I was actually hungry too because I was planning on being here for a while, so I was just gonna hang out, but nope. Traffic had other thoughts. So I'm sorry. But I am eating this fast. So the reason why I'm in United Club this time is because this trip I am not flying business or first, United Polaris. No, I'm flying economy. So I don't have access to like any of the nicer lounges. Although, I mean, United Club is nice, don't get me wrong. It has an outdoor patio, but that's all cool. So yeah, boarding starts in about 20 minutes. This is the first part of this video. So I wanted to start this off with a quick intro. I am not going to be vlogging inside the airplane because, again, I'm in economy. And there's going to be, obviously, people to my right. I got a window seat, by the way. So I'm not going to be vlogging inside the airplane much, if at all. For now, I'm going to finish this. And I will see you on the other side of the Pacific. Hi again, I'm back. That was a long flight. But, okay, so like I said earlier, I thought I was going to miss my flight because I was just getting too close to the boarding time, especially for an international flight. I was in the United Club for about 25 minutes or so. And then I was in boarding group 2, so they actually started the boarding process about 5-10 minutes past the scheduled time. So I think I was okay. Oh, one other thing too. When after leaving the club, I still hadn't gotten Japanese yen, obviously, to spend here. So luckily there was a currency exchange in between United Club and Gate 76 where my flight was. And I know the airport is probably not the wisest places to exchange currency because the exchange rate or the fees or whatever, but yeah, it is what it is. So I was able to like stop by really quick for 2 minutes and get what I needed to get and then over to my gate. So yeah, I lined up in boarding group 2 and it was cool. The boarding process seemed pretty quick. But it was weird though because I was flying in a Dreamliner 10, which is the biggest Dreamliner they have of the 3 models. And I've never flown a 10, which I was excited for. But the entire boarding process went through the front of the cabin, so through the Polaris, which usually in Dreamliners they load on both sides of the Polaris cabin, so the front of the Polaris and behind the Polaris, and business class, I guess. But no, everybody went to the front, so it was a little bit more congested, but it went pretty smooth. So I did not fly business this time because I don't know, I just wanted to try a different class of cabin, and I know a lot of friends from here in Japan that fly economy, so I was like, you know what, let me see what economy is like on an international flight. So I sat, and it wasn't even like Premier or Premium Plus, it wasn't Economy Plus, it was just straight up economy. And yeah, I forgot how little space you have. I'm 5'10", so there's probably like this much gap between my knee and the front seat. But it was fine. Like I was able to, I put my backpack in the overhead instead of usually under the seat, so I was able to have like that little extra foot space. So it was cool. And then yeah, so I got in my seat, and this father and son, American father and son, I think they were from North Carolina, and they just moved to the LA area about 6 years ago, I think he said. They were going to Tokyo for their very first time, and like I got to talk to them. They were really, really cool. And the gentleman was, I didn't even catch his name. The gentleman was telling me that the son was probably like 12, 13 years old, 14 years old, something like that. Very polite. They were both really awesome, and the kid was very polite. So the gentleman was telling me that he told his son, because his son was into anime, and he, just like me, he loves the Japanese culture and the history behind Japan and anime and all that jazz. The son told him, you know, with your allowance, save up, and if you save enough to buy your own ticket, your flight, I'll take you to Japan. And sure enough, this kid just saved up. And as soon as they were able to afford a decent fare, the dad bought the tickets for himself and his son. And so it was their first time here, and they were super excited. And not to sound like I'm a professional here, but I was giving them some tips. They're staying over in the Shinjuku area. Yeah, they were super excited, and we talked for a good amount of time. So that made part of that flight enjoyable. I will say though, and my friend Allison can attest to this, Dreamliners though, for some reason, have not the best Wi-Fi. I love the Dreamliner. It's super smooth, it looks nice, it's sleek, but their Wi-Fi network is just like, and every single Dreamliner, stop falling over, it's windy. Every Dreamliner flight that I've had, the Wi-Fi has been spotty. And so it worked fine for me, except I could not load YouTube. And then the gentleman to my right, like, he did not have Wi-Fi. He paid for it, and he did not have Wi-Fi for like half the flight. So that was and he said he was gonna, like, he had work to do on his laptop, so that's not good. And then, yeah, I kind of overheard a couple of other people say their Wi-Fi wasn't working either. why is that? I don't know. Like it's such a new model, very nice airplane, but just their Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't know if it's just United. No. I flew Air Canada Dreamliner, and their Wi-Fi was kind of spotty too. So, yeah. Anyway, so I didn't even watch anything on my phone. Like, even throughout the economy class, there was in-flight entertainment. So I was just watching movies. Some movies that I've been wanting to see that I haven't seen yet, and they were on. Oh, cool, you know. I could not sleep. I didn't have the lie flat business class seat, so it was a little uncomfortable. They did offer, they had neck pillows, I guess. And they had neck pillows on every seat, so everybody had one. And I just tried it on, but it's very like flat. What I did was, because I had a window seat, I kind of like doubled it up and just used it as one pillow. But I probably took a 1 hour nap, 2 hour nap, maybe, I don't know, off and on, hard to tell. The flight itself, it was smooth for the most part. I'd say about 90% of the flight was pretty smooth. Not too close. Back up. Until we got to Alaska. Once we hit, I don't know what it's called, Juneau? That part of Alaska, the little, part that sticks out. Let me see. So right around this part of Alaska, that little part that sticks out, we had 100% turbulence, if that's a thing. I don't know. It was very turbulent. It lasted about 4 or 5 minutes. But it was weird because there was a Japan Air that took off immediately right after us from LAX. And there was another Japan Air that took off from San Francisco. And so when I was tracking our flight on Flight Radar, we were the only ones in that highway, I guess, highway in the sky, the flight path. We were the only ones there while everybody else was taking like a more northerly route. So I don't know if they saw something that our pilots did not see, but that turbulent air that we hit was pretty rough. They had to tell the flight attendants to have a seat because it was pretty rough. Like I said, it only lasted about 4 or 5 minutes, and then after that it was smooth again. It was nice. We did have another small patch of turbulent air as we got closer, but it wasn't as bad as when we were over Alaska. Let's talk about the meals. I was a little surprised that in economy class they served us 3 meals, 2.5 meals. And I'll tell you why. The first meal, there we go. The first meal, right after takeoff, it was a small plastic tray that had a little lettuce mix. And then the entree, there were 3 options. There were cavatappi pasta, which is pasta with pomodoro and roasted pepper. The other option was pineapple teriyaki beef. Thought about it, but I actually went with shiitake mushroom sesame chicken. So it's a chicken with shiitake mushrooms in a sauce with ginger, green onions, and carrots over a bed of rice. That sounded good. So I got that. I think the kid next to me got the beef. But oh my god, that was so good. That was very good. I really liked the sesame chicken. And then, and this is why I say 2.5 meals, because the next meal was just like a ciabatta bread sandwich. It was a sandwich in a little bag. Oh, wait. Go back to the first meal. For dessert, there was a cheesecake brownie. Ooh, that was good. Okay, so the mid-flight, it was a ham and black pepper on a honey camille bread. I don't know what Camille bread is, but I thought it was a ciabatta bread, but it was good. They warmed it up. So even though it wasn't a bag, they warmed it up. It was pretty good. So that was 0.5 because it was literally just a sandwich. And then my arrival for breakfast, even though we landed here at just after 4 p.m. For breakfast were two options. Mini pancakes and a rich vanilla custard. And then scrambled eggs. The scrambled eggs came with a banger sausage. What's a banger sausage? Yeah, it's so banger. And home fries. So they were not fries. They were just like, little potato squares like you get in any other standard breakfast. But that was pretty good too. And so it was a banger sausage. Why is it a banger sausage? I don't know. But that was pretty good. And then for drinks, I didn't get any alcoholic drinks because since I got economy, I had to pay for it. But I just stuck to water, and to go along with my breakfast, I had coffee. But the food was good. I was pleasantly surprised that sitting back there in economy, United economy, the meals that were provided in the international flight were pretty good. I really liked them. So we landed, but I was so tired. I got off the airplane, went through security, no problem. And I guess because we got here in the afternoon, like it was busy. Because when I came in April, like I literally just walked through security. There was just nobody here. But it was close to 5 p.m. and yeah, there was long lines. But it went super fast. And like I said last time, if you do come to Japan, they do have a website where you can pre-fill the questions, visit Japan Web, and do it electronically, and you get a QR code. Otherwise, you're going to have to go on a separate line, get a physical card, and write all the answers manually. And then there's a space where you have to put your address, and obviously that's just time consuming. So you can type it in online easier. So I went to that line. Yeah, like I said, like I showed him my passport and the QR code, and I just walked right in. No questions at all whatsoever. Why are you here? How long are you here for? Where are you? Nothing. I just gave him my passport. Okay, that's it. After that, I got no. Before that, after, before, after is when I got my luggage. After security, I got my luggage. And then, because I am staying at this lovely hotel on Haneda property, I'm literally looking at the airport. All I had to take was just a monorail from the airport to here. And let me tell you, do your research first. Because how do I say this? I thought I knew what I was doing because I've been here before. I thought I knew what I was doing, but no. I got on the wrong side of the platform for the monorail, so I had to come over to the other side. So I got the monorail, and then when I exited the station where I was supposed to get off, I thought I was going to the exit, but I ended up in the other train, the platform. And I was looking for the exit, and I just could not find it. It took me a good minute until I finally found it. And as soon as you exit the station, you see the hotel right there. So at least once I exited the station, I knew where to walk to. And apparently this is a new area because where the hotel, and I think the hotel is right here too. The hotel is right next to it looks like a shopping center. They call it Innovation They call it Haneda Innovation City. So there's a lot of restaurants. I did see a coffee shop right next to the hotel and some other stuff. And I'll probably walk around in the next few days and see what it is, but it's like this whole thing. And here, let me show you. So you can see I'm over here at the blue dot and that whole complex. And the hotel is just like the left corner L-shaped building. I did ask the front desk about the rooftop, and they say it's actually open 24 hours. This is the rooftop. And I won't show you any more yet because I am gonna do a hotel tour, like I always do, which will include the rooftop, and I'll show you the airport. And I just saw an airplane landing. But this is a very cool spot. But I will record a video in the next few days of a tour of this hotel, this lovely hotel. But it's cold, and I'm tired, and I only came up here to finish my story. But yeah, I think it's time to call it a night because I haven't slept. I've been up since midnight Thursday Pacific time. So I've been up for a while. I have a fun day tomorrow. My friend's gonna pick me up and we're gonna try to go to Mount Fuji depending on the weather. So stay tuned for the next few videos. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Fly with you later.